Are you tired of cooking indoors like a civilized person? Yeah, me too. Let's build an outdoor kitchen complete with a grill, griddle, pizza oven, trash can, and more. And if my plan works well, I'll be flipping burgers better than Gordon Ramsay before this grilling season even begins. Oh yeah, here's the space we're gonna do it in. And I built this big pergola with this louver top that opens and closes. You know, because cooking in the rain is only fun until your buns get soggy. And the coolest part about this build is this kitchen island is going to be modular. So if we ever decide to move, we can take these cabinets and grill stations with us wherever we go. I mean, what's cooler than that? And for a little transparency, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I have a plan. Maybe.
I guess you could say I'm starting with a blank patio and a dream. Nothing more, nothing less. So if I can do it, you can too. Now let's frame these islands using pressure-treated lumber, because the name of the game is, I want this to last longer than my New Year's resolutions. While I frame these islands, let's discuss something that's been weighing on my mind, like an elephant on the back. And that's DIY projects. Look, I love DIY. It's cheaper, it's satisfying, and it gives me an excuse to buy more tools that I'll only use once. Just kidding. I use all my tools a lot, repeatedly, almost to death. But at some point, you have to ask, when does it stop being worth it? You see, the answer for me is pretty simple. If it involves permits, explosions, falling off your roof, then hire a pro, or call someone who actually has insurance. Oh, and you see what I'm doing here? I'm scratching my head because I'm confused on the dimensions and the cutouts. But don't worry,
I'll figure it out.
After all, I am a badass carpenter, just like the hat says. I make these fun hats and these designs and I sell them on my site. I'll have a link in the description box if you're interested. Will I get rich? Definitely not. But it's really all about teaching my kids how to be an entrepreneur and make things with your own hands. But I do have a small problem. So I don't know if I calculated the right amount of lumber needed. I may have to take a few trips. And fortunately, this building supply house is only a couple of miles from my home. So this makes it pretty easy when you need to do quick runs for lumber or supplies. But now that we got that wood and we're back on point, let's get busy because we're going to have 2 modular islands and this is going to be the second one. So let's stack up this wood and get started. But getting back to the topic of DIY, another project I wouldn't do is if it involves serious electrical or gas lines. I mean, YouTube can teach you a lot, but it won't cover your hospital bill. Am I right? I mean, do you remember last year when I was building that DIY project and a piece of wood shot through my hand? Ouch. That really sucked. And with that being said, DIY is awesome until it's not. So know your limits and save your back. Or in this case, save your hand. I wanted to bring this topic up because it actually seems to raise a lot of controversy with all of my videos. For some reason, most people are against my DIYs. They don't think it's worth it. They don't think it's the time saving, the risk versus reward sort of thing. But I just beg to differ. I think DIY is amazing, and short of those few things that I would never do, most of the things in the world you can do. So DIY is always a win in my book. But I want to hear from you. What's the one project you swore you would DIY and then totally regretted? I need stories, not just sympathy. And be honest, what's the one job you should have hired out, but you did anyway and paid the extra price? I want to hear it. So drop your DIY horror story in the comments, and bonus points for you if it involves fire, water, or worse, broken relationships. I'm dying to know. But I know what you're thinking. Let's get back to the outdoor kitchen build. So let's do that. Right now I enlisted the help of my beautiful wife to help me load in some of these appliances. You see, I'm doing a dry fit test just to make sure everything's gonna fit nice and snug. And so far, everything's going in really well.
All right, we're getting ready to start the front wall to this island, but we need to work on the configuration and the placement of the appliances first.
And here is my rough sketch of my entire plan. Oh, and you see this right here? I'm installing a paper towel holder. This is genius. I mean, with an outdoor kitchen, you're really gonna need all the things that a normal kitchen would have in it. So I need cabinet, drawer space, boxes for utensils, paper towels, you know, all that good stuff. And just like that, my wife helped me bring in the griddle. We're gonna do a short little dry fit test before I move on. And I'm installing these cabinet doors below all the appliances because they're basically like access panels that will house the propane tanks, because you're gonna want access to all that. And you see this right here? These are threaded inserts. I'm basically drilling holes and installing these underneath the cabinets so I can use these self-levelers. You'll see it right here. Pretty cool, right? Now just screw it in, and you can just make minor adjustments to help level out your cabinet. Because after all, no floor is ever level. And let's use outdoor siding to wrap these cabinets. Or, to be professional, I'm cladding these cabinets. That's a carpenter term. I do want to sound as professional as possible, despite just being a DIYer. Now let's take a breath and cue the construction sounds. It's oddly satisfying. And now that the outdoor siding is going in pretty well, it's time to start the part of the project that I was dreading, and that's making the tops. I'm using 500-year-old river-rescued wood to do this. Ouch, can't make a mistake with wood that old. Oh, and you see this? This is my router faceplate extension tool. I came up with this design and made it. It's compatible with over 6 different routers, and I also offer this. I'll have a link in the description box, but I don't want to sound like a sales channel, but it was a really cool invention. When you're working with routers, they usually only come with these tiny itty-bitty little faceplates, so I came up with a big one, and it works great. Now we're adding some sealer to this top, and we'll add a few coats. I also had to patch all my nail holes on the siding. My wife and I chose the color black for these islands. We thought it would match best with our house. You see, our style is organic modern, and black with cedar trim and cypress wood tones, and underneath this pergola, it's just gonna look really good. Wait till you see it here in the end. I'm also gonna trim it out, and it's really gonna make it pop. Also, I wanna give a huge thank you to Kokomo Grills for sponsoring this video. That was all made possible because of you. You watching my videos has made this happen, so thank you for that. I knew I wanted to build an outdoor kitchen for my backyard, and when I found Kokomo Grills, I knew they were the one because they're passionate about helping people bring their backyard dreams to life, and they're as big into DIY as I am. I love that. And their appliances, they're crazy affordable and super high in quality. And the best part is they offer a lifetime warranty. And I don't know about you, but finding a company that backs up their products with a lifetime warranty is amazing. Oh yeah. And I asked their customer service if they'd be willing to offer you a discount, and they said yes. So I'll be sure to link that code below. Now that we're getting close to wrapping up these details, let's install the propane tanks and hook up all the electrical items for it. These grills have lights in it, and these have separated burners, so you can have each one of these things at different temps. That's so dope. Now you see these magnets? The pizza oven itself behind me has an open hole where you see the propane tank, but I thought, hey, why don't I install a little panel that's going to be decorative and hide the propane tank? So I came up with this idea. Let me know what you think about it. I thought it was pretty cool. And the magnets, they worked great. I can pop it off and pop it on easily. Now take a moment and check this out. This is really cool. And remember, the fun feature about this is modular. So if we ever move, we can take these cabinets with us. It's nothing permanent and bolted to the ground. How cool is that? And you remember the part of the project I was dreading, which was the island tops? Well, that wood came out great. Look at all that charm and character. It just looks really good, and it was river-rescued cypress, so it's gonna really hold up for a long time. It's got a lot of natural rot-resistant properties to it, and I think it was great. So what do you think? Would you DIY this project? If so, let me know, and I might come up with build plans and offer them. I'm not sure.